Quilty is brought to you by Baby Lock Sewing and Long Arm Machines. Baby Lock, for the love of sewing. Aurifil. Aurifil Italian thread, perfectly suited for all your quilting projects. Fairfield. Together, we can make beautiful things. Free Spirit. A new generation of creative and playful fabrics perfect for fashions, home decor, quilting, crafting, and more. Hovels Sewing. Cut it close with Hovels. Moda. Make something quilty with Moda fabrics. Thermoweb. Manufacturer of heat and bond adhesives and new luxe interfacings, proudly made in the USA. Hi, I'm Mary Fons, and this is Quilty, and this is a beautiful representational block that we're going to make today, or we're going to talk about a little bit more in depth today on the show. This is a block designed by the lovely Jung sisters, and they developed this design, and it's running in the Quilty magazine, this strawberry block and strawberry quilt. And at first glance, you know, if you're looking close up at it, you might not notice that it's a strawberry, but of course, you know, it is. And it's called a representational block because it uses patchwork to create the shape. We could applique a strawberry onto another piece of fabric and you'd be like, oh yeah, that's a strawberry. But doing it in patchwork, it's sort of representing a strawberry. It's kind of pixelated, really, if you think about it. So a couple things I want to talk about on this block today. The first is that even within a low contrast block, the variations mean something. So you have different pinks here. You have dark pink, dark pink, dark pink, dark pink, light, light, light. They sort of alternate. And that adds a lot of interest and color to the strawberry portion. Same thing with the green. You have a couple different shades of green going on here. And that's kind of the magic of this block. If it was all solid, solid pink or just one color of pink and one color of green, aside from the fact that it would be kind of boring to make, and you wouldn't make the block like this, sewing the same fabric to itself, you would also just lose some of the charm of it. So play around as you do your own blocks, whether or not they're representational. Play around with shades of color that you use. There's so much fabric out there, you might as well play with it, right? Right, so let me show you how I would approach this block. If I have my pattern, and I've cut all my pieces, what I typically do, and we've done this before on the show, but it's worth doing again. Let's see, I'm going to turn this like this for myself. Okay. I will typically, especially the first one, there's a way, you know, once you start, I'm going to lay this out. Once you start making a whole bunch of blocks, if you're assembly lining your block, you get to a point where you know what you need to fire through your machine. But if I'm doing a block for the first time, I will quite literally lay it out so that I can see what I'm doing and what I need to match with what, or what I need to sew to what. Because, you know, it's easy to sit at the machine, which is what I'm going to do, sit at the machine and grab it from my workspace, okay? And what a nice thing to do is if your cutting board and your sewing machine are kind of far apart. I mean, in my sewing space at home, I don't have quite this close of a setup. My cutting's over here, and then I have to walk around to the end of the table for my sewing machine. I will put my pieces on a tray or like a pizza box and carry it over to my machine that way. Okay, now. And of course, you know, we talk all the time. There's different methods. There's different way to do these things. But I don't think there's ever not a benefit to laying out your block like this. So I'm going to do this here. So I put my white and my green together, and I pre-sewed them. Okay, so they're right here, and that one's like this. I actually get two. The pattern will show you how to get two half square triangles using this method. So you sew your two lines, and then you slice it down the middle, and you get two half square triangles, okay? Just like this. Okay, so I'm laying this here. And then our little green guy, right, this one still needs to be sewn. So I put it like this. But by laying out the block in this fashion, I know what I need to do, you know, first, next, and so forth. So what I will probably do is start at this side. I need another half square triangle. Whoops, almost forgot this guy. This little girl right there. And then my other one is sewn here. Okay. These are my half square triangles, the pink and white ones, okay? So that one goes here and one goes up here. So what I'll do is I'll slice this one in half because I'm gonna need it. You can do this with your scissors or you can do it with your rotary cutter, either way. The press. This block looks tough, but it's sewn in rows, and you'll see that in your pattern. We sew a row like that, a row like that, a row like that, and a row, and so forth, okay? So I'll cut this apart, and I'm just gonna show you the first row, how I'd sew it together, and then I've already got the row sewn, and I'll show you that, and we'll let you go get to making your strawberry block. It's a really good block right now because it's kind of cold outside today, and a spring strawberry would be awfully nice right about now. Okay. So we've got this guy, and then we've got this guy. Hang on. I'm pressing toward the dark. And I'm cutting off my dog ears as I go, okay? So I don't have to do that later. I like to keep a little trash bag next to me to put those dog ears into. Okay, so this is my first row. Just like that, and so on. So this goes together first. So I sew this piece to this piece to this, and then join the two together. Let me show you the rows as they get laid out. There's a lot of pieces in this block. I didn't count them, but there's very many. There's very many of them. But it's so worth it, you know, that's what I always think. Okay, row number 1, row number 2, row number 3. See how the strawberry is starting to form? Okay, and row number 5. Looks kind of funny till you sew it all together, but that's our strawberry. So enjoy your strawberry blocks, and yeah, just kind of take your time. It's okay to lay out the whole block and go slow, especially at the first time you try it. Okay, take care. See you next time. Quilty is brought to you by Baby Lock Sewing and Long Arm Machines. Baby Lock, for the love of sewing. Aurifil Italian thread, perfectly suited for all your quilting projects. Fairfield, together we can make beautiful things. Free Spirit, a new generation of creative and playful fabrics perfect for fashions, home decor, quilting, crafting, and more. Hovels Sewing, cut it close with Hovels. Moda, make something quilty with Moda fabrics. Thermoweb, manufacturer of heat and bond adhesives and new luxe interfacings, proudly made in the USA.